All right, so what is good? So on this one, I want to talk a bit about this whole Amazon influencer with this Pinterest integration thing going on. And, ever since it's been released, it seems to be one of the most talked things in all these Facebook groups. And so I just wanted to put my 2 cents on the specific, way of making money with the program, and really just whether it's actually worth it or not. Because yesterday on the Facebook group, someone had posted on there, if someone can show or prove, how much they were making from Pinterest with this whole thing going on, right? Basically asking if anybody was even successful with it and was it even worth the time. And honestly, there was not one person on there who even commented that they were crushing it with this whole Pinterest thing. And that being said, I wanted to point out that even though there's all this integration thing with Pinterest, Amazon influencer, and now there's this whole like Facebook thing going on, it just goes to show me that a lot of you guys in this program have this whole shiny object syndrome thing going on, okay? Or when any little thing gets released, you guys want to jump on that shit and diversify your focus from what's actually making you money. And I've been looking at this Pinterest thing, and I've been literally trying to force it to make sure where it makes sense to actually even start it and make some money from it. And aside from like one person that I've seen in the group who's talked about it and they're having some success with it, I just don't see that it's actually worth the time to even start, okay? Now, yes, there's this whole pay-per-click EPC, I forgot what the hell that thing is called, that Amazon released a few weeks back, where you're getting paid just for, having these clicks. And it looks like some people are testing this out, but it just doesn't seem to, equate to doing this shit versus something else, okay? Like, if you want to get into the offsite stuff, I truly believe a YouTube channel is going to be the best way for you to, put your time into, because long term, that is going to make you money for sure. But, like others have said in there as well, it's kind of stupid to diversify, especially if you're just so early in the game, instead of focusing on what's actually making you money, which is the on-site stuff from Amazon. I've said this in a previous video. There is nothing off-site that is going to make you the most money right away if you put your time and focus into it versus doing, the Amazon influencer program with the on-site stuff, okay? Now, yes, you can make money, doing everything else. And that's one thing I want to point out too, is that we're not saying that you can't make money with Pinterest or whatever, but we're just saying, when it comes down to it and you really look at what's actually worth spending the time into, I just don't see Pinterest paying up what it, what people expect it to pay, okay? Not what it should pay, because no platform should pay you anything. It's not like you're being forced to do anything, but it just doesn't seem, worth the time and investment. And especially if nobody's commenting on there that they've had any success with doing this thing, then even less that I'm gonna even mess with this shit. So get rid of this whole shiny object syndrome bullshit, stay focused on what's gonna actually make you money, and just continue on. All right, because if you're spending literally hours a week doing this thing and you're not seeing any results whatsoever, then I don't know, man. I guess if you want to give it like 3 months, see how the progress grows and like go from there, then sure. But I'm just saying, if you're not seeing any traction like that, I wouldn't bother with it. I think there was like one lady in there in that comment that she was getting like 20,000 views or whatever, but none of it equated to any making money. So I was just like, damn, that's insane. Like, at least if you got 20K views on YouTube, those go towards watch hours where you eventually will get monetized. So it's actually going towards a goal that you can achieve to potentially make some money, right? Those 20K views on that, it goes to nothing. Like, sure, people saw your shit, but if you're not making money from it, then it's like, or potentially gonna make money from it, then I just don't see how it's worth it, man. So yeah, I don't know. Some of y'all can try to prove me wrong, and I hope some of you can prove me wrong. If you do and you can, please comment down below, and I would love to actually see this whole thing. But I just don't see it being worth at least my time, and honestly I don't see it being worse for 99% of you guys watching this video, okay? So like I said, stick to the on-site, focus on what's making the actual money from your time being invested into it, and just ignore all the other bullshit, man. That's one of the biggest things I'm seeing with everybody. Is just they just want to hop onto everything so quick, right? So yeah, but that's just my personal thoughts. That's my opinions. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section down below. Like I said, do you see some results? Do you think it's still worth it? Or just anything you have to put your 2 cents on, all right? So, but with that is it. I am out. Peace. I will see you guys on the next one, all right?